Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll be learning about a scholarship to help students that are veterans or related to veterans here at Troy University. And my guest today will talk a little about this scholarship. Laliberte, Associate Vice Chancellor for Development, and Danielle Pankey, Director of the Troy for Troops Center, who will help facilitate getting some of these scholarships and funds out to the students in need. Thank you both here for joining us today.
Thank you.
Now, real quick, tell us a little about this scholarship. It's a relatively new scholarship designed to try to help veterans and veteran families here on campus. So.
Yeah, we've had our Troy for Troops endowed scholarships for a number of years, and we're continuing to grow those. But we really became aware recently and gave the first scholarships last year that we have a number of students who have either already served several tours of duty and have come back to school, or kids who, and I call them kids, however old they are, who are currently serving and whose spouses needed help. And we certainly want to reach out because these are the young men and women who are preserving our freedoms, our security in the world, and we wanted to help them. And so last year we decided to reprise a fundraiser that we had done many years ago for women's athletics called The Drop. It's precision parachute jumping, but to fund these scholarships, we were able to give 3 last year. We hope to increase that to maybe 12 this year. But the idea is to help our students and their spouses who are either currently serving in the military or who have already served and are coming back to school. And thankfully, Danielle has done a really good job to help us get the word out about the scholarships to get these young men and women to apply. And I know that she's had a number of students who have been helped, who were helped last year and who we hope to help this year.
And Danielle, talk about a little bit about how this is helping, the financial need, that getting a scholarship like this, how is this benefiting and how can it be a benefit to those that need this to help them go to school?
Well, there's a number of ways that it benefits. Let's start with the currently serving military member. There's a set amount of military funding set aside for education, and at times that runs out. So this helps serve a need in providing additional funds. So if a service member is worried about maybe paying for a partial term because they only have a certain amount of funding left, this will help the service member do that. Spouses don't necessarily have a lot of funding sources, so this allows the spouse to have a $1,000 scholarship and be highlighted and helped to go to school as well. We're attempting to help the family with a scholarship. And then let's talk about veterans. Veterans, even though they might be utilizing VA educational benefits, it doesn't necessarily cover all of the costs. So by this scholarship, they're able to have a scholarship program dedicated to them as well, just in case they have a funding need.
And now you mentioned that last year there were 3, and that you hope to expand that to as much as a dozen if possible, if the money is out there. How can someone get this scholarship? What's the mechanism in which to apply, or how is it looked at? How's it considered to get this scholarship?
Well, there's an application. Okay. Application deadlines are November 4th, Friday, November 4th. And what the service member, spouse, or veteran can do is they can come by the Troy for Troops Center, Trojan Center, room 122, ask for an application, fill it out, and just submit it to me or my assistant, Stephanie Hopper. And what we will do is, along with the supplemental information, so that student, we ask that they write a maximum 2-page short essay expressing, who they are, why they would like the scholarship, why they believe that they're eligible for the scholarship. And then we ask that undergraduate students have at least a 3.0 or above, graduate students have at least a 3.5 or above. Also, they will need to have a FAFSA on file to check eligibility and verify that there is a need. So once those criteria are met, we will place them in the applicant pool, and then after November 4th, the following week, we will have a 3-man committee go through the applications, and then we will select individuals based on that committee review.
And of course, in order to give those scholarships, you need some funding, and you are having a fundraiser, but outside of the fundraiser, the drop, they can donate money to this at any time, right?
They can write a check to the Troy University Foundation,
Okay.
and just make sure you put on the memo line the Troy for Troops Current Scholarship Fund and send it to my office, to my attention, or you can drop it off at the Troy for Troops Center, and we will make sure that it gets in the right place so that we're able to help these young people and their families.
Well, here's hoping you can give that dozen, if not more,
If not
scholarships this year. I want to thank you both for joining me here today, and good luck getting that funding. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.